That'll give me more like 6.5 hours of sleep, and I don't know if I can.
That's what G said. What is up, you beautiful bastards? It is 10:05 p.m. Atlantic Daylight Savings Time. That means only one thing: that Late Night with Take 3, number 62, is live. As people, for some reason, want to dab, although it is a proven fact that losers dab. I'm gonna go to the person who was not dabbing. Abe, you are making a funny face. Where did this funny face originate?
My dad used to do that, and now he's dead.
Ooh.
No, just kidding. He's alive. He's good.
And we're going dark. We're gonna go to the person who didn't have to enter abruptly. I just gave them the key to the back door. Mr. Jimothy Green. Jim, you're eating supper. What is for supper?
I made hamburger helper. Bacon cheeseburger.
Oh, it's one of the best ones.
You had me until bacon.
Oh, I know. It's good, man. It was good.
I can't eat cheese, so it doesn't really.
Oh, Brooklyn, yeah.
Brooklyn, you're weird.
I am weird. We now go to the next weirdest person on the panel. That is Mr. Matthew Kearns. You, I, and Sandy, among others, are the only people here that seem to enjoy the great sport of ice hockey. That is deemed weird in this community. But how do you feel about your New York Rangers?
Join the Canadian Trivia League, okay?
I did. Joke's on you.
Hey.
Brett holds it out.
Hope you win that one.
I love it when my introduction starts with Matt, you're weird, and then Cody and Brooklyn's relationship problems. It's just a regular Thursday, I suppose. Don't talk about the Rangers. We lost in overtime to Tampa Bay last night, so
yeah.
When was the Rangers won a cup? I'm just wondering.
1994.
Maybe Vancouver Canucks.
I'll be right back.
And Cody, for some reason, needs to go on break already. So we're gonna go over to Sandy now. Sandy, how are we doing on this fine, blustery Canadian evening?
Yeah, you know what, man? It is not that bad here. I actually had to take my jacket off for the first time in a long time. We're only at like -2 Celsius earlier today, so I was pretty happy about that. But starting tomorrow, it'll be back into -28, 30, something like that. So it's going to be another fantastic week for the awesomeness. But that is why I'm here with the warm, loving embrace of my fellow Take 3 with Late Night people. I love you all. I'm so happy to be here with you, especially with Jim, who's trying so desperately to grow this, but is that.
No, I'm not trying to grow a beard. I'm just lazy and don't like to shave. So.
I am also in that department. I maybe once every other week I'll shave.
Hey, Sandy, nice hair on top of your head, though.
Thanks, buddy. As soon as I can pull it, I know I got to take it off. So,
and to a person who has both a beard and hair, Malcolm. How do you feel to have both a beard and hair?
I'm doing pretty good here. I've also got an Oscar, but yeah.
So to go off of Sandy's thing, on Tuesday it was -30. On top of 80-kilometer winds, like the community that I live in, there's a section from like the bridge, and then there was like probably 150 meters worth of road was entire whiteout. Like the bridge was closed. There were multiple accidents. They closed off most of the road to deal with accidents and whatnot. Yeah, I don't know what it is about this winter, but it's horrendous. Sorry, we're pissing off Cody. Cody doesn't know what snow is, so he doesn't know what to talk about.
Doesn't Cody live in Missouri? It snows like shit.
Can I ask a question? Was it degrees
I have an answer.
Or was it what's the degrees? Was it Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Celsius. So it's like it's been -30 the last like 2 weeks.
So.
Oh, that's terrible. Sorry for you.
Yeah. So we're gonna play one of our usual warm-up games.
I didn't get introduced.
Oh, you got introduced? Yeah, because people who don't take breaks within the first 2 minutes get introduced.
It doesn't say we're live, so I don't know what we're doing.
But it does. We are absolutely live.
Okay, cool. So I'm more distraught that you brought up a stupid fact about Canada that no one cares about. And two, I'm depressed today, and I'm
Why?
depressed because you may not care about this. Most of the panel doesn't, and this community doesn't. But
Bryce Harper signed with the Phillies?
I am upset about a certain owner's finances in the Major League Baseball.
Who's that?
Like, what the hell was that deal?
Philadelphia
Are you
Phillies.
kidding me with
So-
that?
Oh yeah, I literally just said it. Bryce Harper signed with the Phillies for like $200 million.
13 years.
200 million. You're about 100 million off.
$330 million.
So they paid $330 million, $25 million a year for a 39-year-old when the contract is done to play in Philadelphia, where they do not have a designated hitter yet.
And can't he not walk in his contract
no.
or something? He can't.
Yeah,
No, there's no opt-out.
opt-outs.
No
He
opt
is
out. Yeah,
locked in for 13 years.
that is.
I don't know
But
if I'm
that's
more upset about the GM,
He's going to be in Philly for 4.
or that he has to literally he has to stay in Philadelphia for 13 years, and they boo Santa Claus. So I hope he has a great life, but
I was gonna say,
money talks in the major leagues. It doesn't matter if you're ever going to
as
win.
a baseball
because
fan,
you
like
know
it's
he's
not
gonna be
like
traded
Philly
in, like,
is a.
4
It's not
years.
like Philly's a club that is,
because
always getting rings or something. Like,
in 4
so it's
years,
not like
he will be traded to the Texas Rangers to play for them.
Mm-mm.
Guaranteed.
Didn't they
But
want
here's,
it?
but
Oh,
like,
what
here's
was it?
as we briefly talk about sports ball for a second.
Farm
I don't
system, maybe.
understand why the Phillies are like, we need this person to defeat, because like the NL East division doesn't
They don't.
seem
They need him to sell
It'll be
tickets.
tough.
Their team sucks.
no. Like the
So
Mets,
basically-
I'm a huge Mets fan, but they're not doing super well.
So
That's
oh,
an
basically,
fuck off! Why you gotta be that guy?
so basically, I'll break it.
Mets
down
fan
for
is an
people-
oxymoron.
Shut up. Okay, I'll basically break it down for sports fans that don't know sports ball that hits with a bat. Basically, the Atlanta Braves have a young talent. They end up winning the division last year.
Yeah.
The Mets decided to trade and gain some prospects and have 2 dominant pitchers in the Mets, so they're thinking that they might be better. The Phillies haven't been good since about 2010. So this is the resurgent. They've already traded. They're probably the top favorites in the National League to go to the World Series now with the Harper signing. But the insane approach is to make that much money. So the weird thing is in baseball can offer the highest contracts because they have the biggest
They have no
TV
salary
rights.
cap.
They have no salary cap, but they also have the TV rights. So like certain TV brands pay them billions of dollars to promote all their games.
Yeah.
So basically, they can give them high amount of money. They still have threshold to meet. If they go over a certain threshold, they get to pay a bunch of luxury tax. So the Phillies decided to do this move, and he decided to never win another championship ever again because he went to the Philadelphia damn Phillies. So congratulations, Harper. I hope you love counting your money while you're still in Philadelphia. So, yeah, it's going to be an insane move.
Maybe you can spend all that money to buy
He
a
bagged
ring
249.
somewhere
I don't know
else.
if anybody
Because
knows about baseball
they're not winning
statistics,
one in Philly.
but he literally got
249
a
is
hit,
not good.
one hit every 5 at bats.
Every
and you
5.
just
That's
paid
not
him
good.
$5 million. To
249.
What was his on base percentage?
like 8.
Who gives a shit? It's
Which is
2019.
high.
Everyone's swinging for the fences.
He gets
Um,
walked a lot. And
it's-
he just signed from the Nationals that were in the same division as the Phillies. So now you have to play 18 games in Nationals Park and get booed and possibly things thrown at you.
Oh, you're gonna get
Idiot.
shit thrown at. But
Idiot.
but Cody, that's it's a good point that you brought up. But it's not the only one this year. There have been 2 or 3 now of multi-$100 million contracts.
There's been
Manny
2 massive
Machado.
contracts. Manny
Yeah.
Machado
And
went to
getting
Padres.
$300 million for the fucking Padres.
Well,
Yeah.
at least he's in
I didn't even know the
sun.
Padres had that much to
At
give.
least he's
But
in
the Padres don't
California.
have like a foundation to go off of.
No. So guess what? So I braised this to some friends. This is the last thing I'll bring up about baseball because I know this is not what the audience that tunes in the show. But basically,
You're not wrong.
the whole thing is baseball offers the most money, so you can get more from smaller teams because they can just pay a ton towards you. But the problem with Manny Machado is if I was an all-star baseball player, if I was the top tier, why would I accept when somebody's offering you $20 million to play for the team and this team's offering you $30 million? Take the pay cut and win championships instead of losing 90 games every year and never make the playoffs.
Because when
I
you
would
win
be a miserable human
championships,
being every time I go to play because I lose 90 games a year, but I can count my money at the end of the year. Makes no sense.
But what's the
When
difference
you win
between 10 and
championships-
20 million?
It just doesn't make sense because when you win championships, just look at the people who have won them. That's how you get endorsement deals, and then you make more money.
Yeah, he could have signed
business.
with the Cubs at 2015 and got Nike to pay him 15, and it would have been a wash. He would have been fine.
I'll tell you this. I will tell you this right now. Making a ton of money does not get you into the Hall of Fame. You know what gets you into the Hall of Fame? Wins.
Being a good ball player gets you into the Hall of Fame.
No. You can be a good ball player, but if you don't have the championships,
you got to win. You got to back it up with something like that.
It's baseball. It's baseball.
The problem with
it's
baseball
a different
is there's
conversation with
25
baseball.
people on the team, and it takes all 25 to win a championship. It's not like putting LeBron James on your team and him being able to put up 40 points a night.
Baseball literally does not give a shit if you win a championship. As long as you hit the numbers list, their numbers list, you get in the Hall.
Basically, championships are really relative in baseball, but I'm with you 100%. They're still going to look back.
There is one, Well, just gonna kind of led into an opinion of mine, but also assume it kind of makes sense considering the Hall of Fame class this year. But I was just gonna say the best player on the Phillies of the last 25 years is currently dead. If anybody
knows,
that's not
100% true.
You don't think there's somebody better than Roy Halladay?
No.
Jimmy Rollins was an MVP and literally helped them lead to a championship. I'm sorry, a guy that picks up the bat and plays 25 every game, and the guy that picks up the ball 30 starts a year, I'm going to lean towards the guy that I'm not.
But how many other Ironmans did you have like Roy Halladay? No, people who were getting no hitters in playoffs.
There's a ton out there. But that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, yes, he was a great thing, but he's not known as a Philadelphia Philly. He's known as a Toronto Blue Jay, and for the last 5 years of his career, he was a Philly. So that's got to be important.
What about Robert Kraft and that
as much as I am a Blue Jays fan, but I am fully aware that Roy Halladay's best work was with the Phillies.
Yeah, because
he won a World Series there. He got perfect games. He also got a Cy Young as well.
It's not a hitter's ballpark, so that's another reason why Bryce Harper shouldn't have signed him, because that ball ain't going out.
How long do you think? One last sports ball question, then we'll move on to something else. How long do you think before National League adapts DHs?
It says by 2020 it will be a thing, but the NL.
Do you actually believe that?
I believe it because Manfred's an idiot. He's the commissioner, but. I believe that the National League fans will be irate for a while because that's called classic baseball. The AL is called new baseball, and a lot of people don't like the DH rule. I think it's smart for your older talent, but I don't think National League's – I think there's going to be a huge fight. So I think 2020 was when they talked to rolling it out, but I think it's going to be met with huge resistance.
You think they actually have a case in the courts for it?
The Phillies might fight for it because they're going to need it when he's 35.
Which is next year.
Jonathan Peck, to answer your question quickly, I don't really follow the Nats. I could name you maybe 3 players who have ever played on there. Jason, he just asking us what we're thinking of the Nats, but I don't like. I know Ryan Zimmerman, Jason Worth, and
the Nats are a team that has great pitching but terrible offense normally. So good luck. You have Max Scherzer, and you're probably going to have to trade him for prospects so you can be back on top again at some point. That's the final sports ball. I won't talk anymore.
Well, if you guys we'll move on. But if we're proven wrong and you guys actually enjoy the sports ball talk, we'll add it into the program. So if you do like it, leave it in the chat, and we'll consider it for the future. But
I vote yes right away that we add sports ball and have Jim on every time, because just watching him has been the highlight of this whole entire conversation so far.
He did every time we brought up some new thing, he was just like,
I know, it was great.
and that time,
Dallas Cowboys, he couldn't get off. So it's fun.
At that time of the sports ball talk, I finished the Sudoku puzzle.
Nice. Oh, God. Sudoku's great, man. I love it. I don't play it as much, but like anytime I go to my parents' house and I go to the shitter, they always have a Sudoku book there. I'm like, oh, I'll complete a puzzle while I'm doing this.
Why I'm doing this like it's a job.
How do you need to know what you do when you take a shit at your parents' house, Brooklyn? What made you think, you know what will really make late night? Let everyone know what happens when I take a shit at my parents' house.
I usually read books, or I go on YouTube or something there. I play Candy Crush.
Ew.
All right, so let's play shenanigans. Does anybody have any questions before we start? Because I don't feel like explaining the rules.
Yes, I have a question.
Okay, this is not 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. I will tell you that right now.
Who do you think you are?
I am Brooklyn Allen Vale, son of Ernest. Or no, we're not going to finish that because that's not. I don't get that information out there. Born September 19th, 1993, at 8:59 p.m. on a Sunday, right before The Simpsons came on. So, yeah.
Oh, hey.
I like to
You
think
asked-
that
you asked-
Kurtz told that story, which is like, yeah, we were about to watch The Simpsons, and then your ass had to
That's
come.
how I always describe it. I was born on a Sunday at 8:59 p.m. because The Simpsons was always on at 9 on Sundays.
Okay,
So-
let's just play.
You make me want to drink bleach. Can we move on?
Oh God, damn!
Suicide is bad. Okay.
That's
Nope.
just-
No, it just gets me high. It's not a.
I once drink bleach. It didn't happen. Nothing happened. It was an accident.
I forgot Abe's here.
No, it was an accident. Honest.
Don't believe you.
No, it was.
Abe with you? I don't know.
Okay.
So
Shenanigans?
Sorry.
shenanigans. I am going to ask Abe. Abe is going to ask Cody. Cody's going to ask Malcolm. Malcolm's going to ask Matt. Matt's going to ask Sandy. Sandy's going to ask Jim. And Jim is going to ask me. Movie actor, you go back and forth. Something. Of course, Abe is busy. Everybody needs to go on break the first half hour of the show. So,
I have
Cody, we're going to start with you. Cody, you're going to ask Malcolm. Malcolm's going to ask Matt. Matt's going to ask Sandy. Sandy's going to ask Jim. Jim is going to ask me. And then if Abe returns, I will go to Abe. But if Abe is not, I will go back to Cody.
Okay. I will go my first movie. Arsenic and Old Lace.
Nice.
Oh, for shenanigans.
What?
Oh, that was the wrong thing to do. Holy.
Sorry, buddy.
I know. I've got. Don't do anyone.
You don't
Then
know
I.
anybody? It was part of our match. It's Cary Grant. So
The man.
Well, Cody going for a nut shot right there, and was successful. Malcolm is eliminated, and that means Matt gets to start fresh.
Okay.
if I did that to Jim, he would be really pissed off at me.
Stargate. That's you, Sandy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Grounding everything to a absolute halt. What game are we playing again?
Shenanigans.
Okay. So I get a
You
movie.
just
I got to
have
name
an
somebody in it.
actor.
Yeah.
In Stargate?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna give Matt exactly what he wants out of this one, Mr. Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell. You guys know what great Disney movie?
I love where you're going with this one.
Kurt Russell was in Sky High.
There are
You know who
several.
else- You know who else was in Sky High?
Yeah.
One of few people in Showdown history never gave out an answer. That would be one Bruce Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
Who gives a shit?
I do.
And it's Cody, right?
Yeah, it's Cody because Abe decides to have an extended break.
Who do I get?
Bruce
Bruce
Campbell.
Yeah, Bruce Campbell.
Spider-Man 2.
Ooh. J.K.
Good one.
Simmons.
Parker.
Oh, then it's me.
Parker.
I'm hoping you go for the movie I'm thinking of.
Useless Jameson. Always.
Is it? Am I pushing over to Jim
Yeah.
Yeah.
on this one? Ooh, let's see what I can do to Jim.
What are you waiting for?
Um,
Chinese New Year?
All right, I'll be generous because I think that this is the one that he's looking for. I'm gonna say Whiplash.
Yeah, more fucking tempo. Who's in
Not my tempo.
Whiplash that's not Miles Teller? Miles Teller.
Okay.
Okay.
That awkward moment.
What'd you say?
That
That
awkward.
awkward moment.
Oh,
Have
That's who
fun.
I got.
you guys are being a little dickish.
That's a little dickish, yeah. But that's.
I've been nice to everybody.
That starts his fantastic.
You guys, by you guys,
Fan
I'm at
Force
Cody.
Stick partner, Michael B. Jordan.
You're correct on that one.
I know I am.
By you guys, I meant
I could
Brooklyn.
have done Zac Efron too. But...
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie?
Me? No. God, no.
I didn't think so, but I was like, what an impressive fool.
I've spent my money on dumb shit, but not that dumb shit.
I'm trying to figure where to go with Michael Jordan. I'll just go with Creed.
All right. Who should I go for here?
After watching all the Rockies in the past 3 days, I could go Rocky for a while.
I'm gonna say because I just watched another. Because I just watched another movie with this person in it, and I don't think anybody's gonna figure it out. I'm gonna say Wood Harris.
Wood Harris.
What the fudge? You're an ass. What the hell?
I can only be nice for so long. I mean, you guys are trying to do me in.
What? I gave you Creed.
Is he in the first one?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's the head of the Adelphi gym where he goes to and gets beat up by what's his pickle that loses his car.
Okay.
Who are we looking at?
Oh, is it? You're talking about Duke's son? This guy
Wood
plays
Harris.
Duke's son.
Wood Harris, yes.
That's what I thought it was. I was going to guess this movie regardless.
You're
because
right.
I know he's in it, and left side is a strong side. I'm going to say, remember the Titans.
Nice.
You right.
No, I was gonna say regardless. I was gonna say regardless.
Oh my God.
I'm hoping that's who it is.
Can't remember the guy's name.
Strong side.
There's a person in it that Caleb Coho has no clue who it is.
I'm trying to remember what the fuck the Randy's name is from My Name Is Earl, but he's in Remember the Titans. It's Abraham something.
No, it's not. It's
not.
Shh. I'll
I know
be
what
pissed.
it is.
Ethan Embry.
Ethan Suplee.
Ethan Suplee. That's right.
Anyways, that's not what I'm going with.
Did somebody just
Do
give
it.
the name out?
Do it.
Give me my man Denzel.
He's Denzel.
Get out.
Oh
Get
shit!
out.
Get her.
Cool.
Oh my god!
No,
Cody's
Cody,
like,
no.
honey, I'm with
Cody.
my second wife. I mean, shit, nothing.
What the hell? She's on drugs. I swear.
Cody, I'm really sorry. Denzel Washington wasn't in Get Out.
Get out.
Oh!
Denzel Washington. I'm not a fan of this actor. I really don't know much about him.
Cody, can you just stare into the camera right quick? I just want to see if your eyes are naturally brown or if you're just that full of shit.
Denzel Washington's my
Cody,
favorite actor.
can Robert Parker is watching? So can you stare at us real fast so we know Messenger isn't open and he's
Oh yeah, Malcolm X. Yeah, such a hard pull. I needed to look up who Denzel Washington was.
Wait, did you give a movie?
Malcolm X.
Still
Malcolm
talk-
X.
Oh, Malcolm X.
Well, so it's my problem. Oh, my problem. Okay. If you've never seen the Mad TV skit of Denzel Washington working at Target and having to do returns, it's about my favorite thing ever.
Does Orlando Jones play Denzel?
I think so. He's like, oh, you need to do this return. Oh, it's my job. It's my responsibility. Okay. I'll take care of it. No problem. Why are you returning it? Just doesn't like it.
He's probably not in the movie, but I'm
A
just
black
gonna
sweater.
guess Jamie Foxx.
I don't believe
Probably not.
Jamie Foxx is in Malcolm X.
I'm looking there, but I don't. I believe you're right. So.
Nope.
He'd be kind of young.
You believe you're right?
The first one that came to mind for Malcolm X was Angela Bassett. I think
I've never
she
seen
plays-
Malcolm X, so I know
I
Denzel
understand.
played Malcolm X. So
You should watch it. It's pretty good.
So
I mean,
Courage is
yeah.
eliminated, which means Sandy gets to start fresh.
Oh, sorry, Jim.
Oh, Jim. What should I do for Jim here? What should I do?
Oh wait, it's his shenanigans, so you can call somebody on a.
Yeah, like I could have called you, but you obviously it was a Denzel movie. It's like calling Shenanigans on Me with a Kurt Russell movie. Of course, I know
Yeah.
someone else who's in the movie.
I was actually gonna go real dickish, but I figured.
What were you gonna go with?
Like Great Debaters or like
Oh,
Roman J.
man,
Alright.
I haven't seen Great Debaters in forever.
Roman J. Esquire or like the Fallen.
All right, Jim, I'm going to give you a movie that's got lots of outs on it just because everybody was giving me such a hard time. I'm going to give you the cult 90s basketball classic, Above the Rim.
Oof.
I thought you were going with the Superior.
Hey, can we all
basketball movie.
view? Can we all give Sandy a fine for that late hit or a below the belt shot?
There are a ton of recognizable people in that movie.
I know, but if he's
Tons.
if he's seen
Well,
it,
hey, listen, I can't do everything.
you can be nice.
I mean, he has the option to call Shenanigans. So
You
but-
literally just said there's a ton of people in there. That's a terrible call.
I'm trying to pull a shot out of Cody's book of debate. You know, trick him, get him thinking into
had to
something, and
teach
then
Jay
bam.
Burns today. I was just like, he's like, you even said I was good. I said, yeah, part of the game is bullshitting, so I can make anybody sound like they're a great debater.
You almost made. No, I'm not gonna finish that. I'm not. Cody knows where I'm going with that one. I'm not gonna.
I'm going to guess. Fuck.
You pull one.
Who would be
It's
that?
kind
Who
of
would be in a
dickish.
basketball movie?
There's one that's a real dick move. Cody's right. There's one that's a super dick move, but
Never. I'm gonna say Omar Epps. I have no clue.
I don't believe Omar Epps is in it.
I'm looking it up now.
I don't either. I'm just taking a guess.
Man,
And he's not.
yeah,
But
you could
but
you
funny
could
enough, yeah,
you could have picked
but-
Bernie Mac. You could have picked Tupac Shakur. You could have put the dick one would have been Leon. But you know, there's lots of people in that one.
There's Marlon Wayans and also Wood
Marlon
Harris is in
Wayans,
this as well.
Wood Harris was in it. That was the one that I was. That's the one I was talking about. That I just watched it.
So Brooklyn starts fresh.
All right, Cody. I'm going to give
Here
you
we go.
my.
Another dick punch.
I'm going to give you my biggest guilty pleasure, and not my biggest guilty pleasure, but one I often get critique on for loving, and that is one of the greatest spoof comedies ever, Scary Movie 3.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh God.
They mastered their left space travel, but they haven't figured out how to open it.
No, Cody. There's one in here from when we played on the admin one that you like randomly guessed. I'm pretty sure it was you.
Scary movies.
Yeah, it was. I said someone from Scary Movie 3,
Oh, that was. I can't
and then you were just like you randomly were
remember
like,
that guy's name.
this
But
movie.
But Anna Faris is like the main girl in those movies, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know if I was. Gonna
It was
say
Simon
Dr.
Rex, by the
Phil,
way.
but I think that's the fourth one. But I wanted to pick Dr.
I think that's the.
It was Simon Rex, and you were like parody movies, superhero movie, and it was like, yep, he's in that.
So who has
Sandy.
Anna Faris?
Sandy.
Oh no, is
Sandy,
it
Sandy is Anna Faris.
Matt? It's not Matt's turn.
I'm out.
No,
I
Matt's
got
out.
taken out by Malcolm X.
Okay.
Space
Shit.
that out a little bit.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
once I said it, I was like,
I have a. Oh, here, you got an out for this movie if you've seen it with Anna Faris.
Okay, I'm not a big Anna Faris fan, but I know that she was in The House Bunny.
That's the movie.
Oh.
Recognizable name in that movie.
No idea who's in that movie. Never even seen it.
Hey!
why would you say
Shenanigans.
that?
Shenanigans.
Ah!
Damn it.
Oh, but I seen it enough to know that Emma Stone is her co-star in it. So
Yeah,
Oh.
that's the one.
Oh, yeah.
It's Emma. It's Anna Faris, Emma Stone, and then nobody.
I was going to guess Alexa Vega, but I'm pretty sure she's not in the movie.
Catherine McPhee from American Idol is in it. Colin Hanks.
Beverly D'Angelo from National Lampoon's
Oh, Kat
Vacation.
Dennings is in it.
Oh shit! Maybe I should see this movie.
no,
So it's now down to Sandy versus Cody.
Shooter McGavin's in it.
I'm just gonna lose.
Fuck! Now I gotta see it.
Hugh Hefner's in it.
And Cody gets to start first.
Gary Busey.
Gary Busey. All
Murtaugh,
right.
2 hot dogs.
One time, I believe.
Oh, that's a hint. Fuck you.
Why would you do that?
What are you talking about?
What are
That's
you
not a
talking
hint.
about?
No,
You know
no.
exactly what you did, you dirty bastard.
No, I'll explain it
How
after.
you doing today, Gary Busey? I'm good. Great. Let's keep it up.
I love
Moon came down to Earth and told me that I have a face inside my armpit and I feed it with
Last
Parmesan
night,
cheese every night.
I took my hand and I put it up my butt, and it hasn't come out since.
Oh,
Who do you got? Gary Busey, go.
Hardware.
Does anybody else love it when Christian does his Gary Busey things?
Yes,
It's
sir.
just hilarious. I love it.
I love it.
But if we're gonna pick Gary Busey, then I'm gonna go to another classic, awesome movie in the '90s, and that would be Point Break. Point Break.
I am an FBI
Oh,
I know Kung Fu. For the last time, Keanu. No, you don't.
I'm back.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. I mean, my career might not be, but I'm back.
I'm going Swayze. Patrick Swayze.
Going Patrick Swayze. Okay, Patrick Swayze.
Rest in peace.
Patrick Swayze, exactly. Rest in peace.
Oh, there's one really good one.
I'm
I
gonna
hate
say.
I have
You're gonna give a super big hint to him, Kearns, about what it is.
Yeah, why
Alright,
don't you do that some more?
I'm gonna do Black Dog.
You're such a dick.
Isn't that the song that Bradley Cooper sings at the beginning of A Star Is Born?
I think so.
No,
cares?
Black Eyes.
Also, by the way, I did actually, when I did the hot dog things, I said Murtaugh, which is lethal weapon, so actually I gave 2.
Oof. Oof.
Oh, I knew what you were doing. That's why I went to another movie.
Good on you, Sandy. Don't let Kearns cheat.
I don't know.
Fuck off.
Shenanigans. But go ahead.
Henry Rollins.
No idea.
All right. Well, Sandy does win, so he gets to pick the movie for 20 questions.
Rip. I can't wait to know what 80s cult classic this is. As long as you don't go Coho level, where we were like, pick something that's recognizable, and he picks this like random ass
Hey, challenge.
random ass Gosling movie with like a fucking where he plays a guitar player or some bullshit.
What's the challenge,
Sandy
Cody?
can do whatever the hell he
This
wants.
Black
to do.
Dog movie.
What?
I don't see a Black Dog on IMDb that he's in this movie. I see Meatloaf, Randy Travis.
1998 film.
Yeah.
He's on the cover.
Is
Look,
I've seen the cast list.
how do you screen share? Oh, right there. Screen share. There you go. Look, he's literally on the front cover of it.
That's
It
not
says-
the question. He said Henry Rollins is in the movie. Where's Henry Rollins on the cast list?
Oh,
Cody's right. I fucked up on that one, so Cody actually wins.
So Cody,
great. So we get a super obscure baseball movie.
are we gonna?
And
I
that's
love
how
the
you
fact
use
that
it. And
Cody
that's
was
how
like,
you use the
"There's no way I
challenge to
lost
advantage.
this. This is bullshit." Also, no one checked Sandy. Is the other thing I love? Is they're like, I never heard about that movie. Sandy's probably right.
Here, I'll play the challenge. Play the challenge music here.
Please do
Second.
it. Please.
No, I made a real simple. I mistook another movie for Henry Rollins. So yeah,
What kind of movie?
Okay,
is it?
I can't wait to see what obscure ass fucking sports movie Cody picks.
I'll play the challenge music right here.
Tim Brooklyn.
Bullshit. No, fuck that. I want another question. That's a fucking bullshit question.
That's something.
All
Is that
right,
about that movie with William Finkter in it?
Yeah.
William Fichtner.
You
No,
said
bullshit.
Finkter.
I said Finkter. It
Yeah,
could-
but his name is.
I mean,
Did you say sphincter? Because I'm
Sphincter?
pretty sure you did.
Matthew Cameron. You know what I mean?
All right, Cody, do you have the movie?
I got
going?
a movie.
You got a movie?
Yep.
Okay, so
Don't use Google. If you use Google, you're out.
I'm using my WordPad so I can keep notes of what everyone asks.
So there are 6 of us. So we're gonna go 24 questions. That way, everybody gets 4.
No, you're not.
Well, it's either that or 2
have to
get
go
4
more
and the other
obscure
get
then.
3.
I'll
Go
take
in reverse.
I'll take 3.
No, Sandy, you get 4 because you were out last. So who?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can reverse.
So then
order.
it'd be
Was
me.
out
So
least amount of questions.
Malcolm.
okay, so then Sandy and I'll get 4 questions. Everybody else gets 3.
Fuck
Yep.
you! I lasted longer than you.
No, you got out, and then I gave Cody Scary Movie 3, and then he gave a dick punch to Sandy, and then Sandy gave me a harder dick punch. And then
I think
now
Black
that leads.
Dog was the biggest dick punch.
How
ever, 'cause
funny
I
is
didn't know
it?
who Randy
Well, it kind of
was.
dick punched me backwards. So
Okay, whatever.
All right. So Sandy. So the order will be
someone sells a dick.
the order will be Sandy, myself, Jim, Kearns, Malcolm, Abe.
No, you want to ask later questions because you get more information.
But our questions are.
It's his fucking show. Let him do whatever he wants.
It just makes more sense order-wise.
Not wrong.
Sure.
Like-
Okay.
Sandy,
all right.
ask your first question.
Question is, was this movie in the 90s?
It is not in the 90s.
All right.
See, now Sandy has to waste one of his questions on decade question.
Is this movie considered a fandom movie?
No.
So now on to Jim.
Is this movie?
No.
Ooh, that's a bigger question. Is it a 2010s movie?
It is not.
It's not Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, what I would love to do that one for you. That's all. That's playing in the Airbnb on repeat every night we're there, Jim. Yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody.
I can't wait to hear Freddie Mercury singing and then Rami Malek just lip syncing and dancing in a wig. That'll be fun.
I'd rather have Freddie's voice than an actor do it because he passed away and we don't get that anymore. So yeah,
It also wasn't actually Freddie's voice. It was some Canadian singers impersonating.
It was
Freddie.
mixed.
It was a Canadian.
And it was a mixture of
It
both.
was a
It was
mixture.
mixture of both.
Who asks next?
Kearns.
Oh, okay. The movie came out in the 1980s.
It did.
Holy shit, Cody.
Yeah, I know 80s. I had to after my
Is it me?
last Full Metal match.
Mhm, yes.
80s.
Yeah, Malcolm and then Abe.
Did it come out in 1985?
It did not.
Why would you ask a specific year?
Because it's my question. I can do what I want.
Ooh.
Good on you, Malcolm.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Is it a fantasy?
It is not.
All right, back to Sandy.
I don't like that bullshit.
Is this movie a sports movie?
It is.
Can somebody
Shocker
just
there.
double? I have a question in the chat here that I'm going to use. Is it has a comedy already been asked?
It's a
No.
sport. So you could ask if it's a sports comedy.
Okay. So Cameron Holzman asks, is it a sports comedy?
No.
No. Okay.
It's not Major League.
I was gonna say that isn't what I thought you were
What are you
going.
telling me? Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
That's-
Why are you quoting the second?
So we have to use
based
up,
on movie.
we have to use up a question for a guess, right?
What did you just say?
Yes. I said,
Second
why are you quoting the second best baseball movie?
Can we continue with
He
the
wasn't quoting Field of Dreams, so
No,
All right,
you.
whose question is it now?
It's
Major League is
Jim's.
better than Field of Dreams. Come
I
at
got
me.
Moneyball.
Come at me. Moneyball's not that great.
You're overrated.
It's a complete
Angels
lie
in-
of what the Oakland
Angels in the
Athletics
outfield is
were.
better.
oh
Is
god.
it,
All right.
is it a baseball movie?
Yes. I went on
Baseball
brand. I
movie.
was waiting for that to be the first question.
Okay,
but no
baseball
one-
movie. 1980s.
It's,
Did you say what? Okay,
It's
it
not
was
a
a
comedy.
sport. It's not a okay. Baseball movie.
I have a guess.
I have a
also
guess too.
Oh.
If I lose this,
Is it
I'm
a
fine.
one and
Is
done?
it?
Is it a one and done? You get one guess, and if you don't get it, you're out.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
out.
Well,
Is
one
it-
of them.
Okay. Is it Bull Durham?
It is not.
That's a sports comedy, a baseball comedy.
That's a comedy. I look at this more as a drama. Man, that's my own fault.
All right,
It's
whose
not.
turn now?
I might be in the wrong decade, but is it The Natural?
It is not The Natural. Even though I'm making Henry Sanchez watch that movie.
it's not
That was I in the right decade?
It's not The Natural.
I have like 2 or 3 that it could be, but I'm pretty sure those are early 90s, and you would.
Is it an Oscar-nominated film?
It did not get any Oscar noms. Should have.
Sorry. On to Sandy now.
Okay.
Yeah, don't bet out of turn. I'll throw you off this poker table.
Yes, dealer.
Is it an ensemble cast?
I mean, it's a baseball film, so there's going to be a lot of like.
Yeah, but you know what I mean by ensemble, right? Like a lot of
Star-studded.
different stars.
I mean, back in the day, I wouldn't consider it, but maybe if you looked at it in today's eyes, it would be.
Oh no! Wait, that's not. That's a comedy. Damn it.
If that helps you, I don't know if that helps you. I wouldn't consider this A-list of A-list. So, and if that's
it's not an ensemble comedy.
You find out later.
So Cameron, the cool guy actually has a very interesting question. Does this movie have the letter A in the title?
No.
I'm pretty sure this is 1989, so it's one of those ones that's on the border. Fuck. I'm just gonna guess it anyway because fuck it. Is it 8 Men Out?
It is 8 Men Out. It's
Nice.
88.
That was my guess.
Sheen is in it, and so that's why I thought you were struggling on it because Charlie Sheen's in it, and then really nobody else.
It's got John Cusack, Christopher Lloyd, Charlie Sheen, but then it's got Michael Rooker.
It's like
it's.
I mean, for the times, I think in the 80s you would have considered it like
right.
an A-lister movie, but nowadays
Would
when
it?
you look back on it,
Yeah,
I mean in the 80s. I'm talking about like in the 80s you had.
The director and his wife came to my film class.
You gotta remember, Cody. In the 80s, Charlie Sheen was like.
I get that, but like
Rooker.
it had like 3 main stars, but the rest were pretty much.
Yeah, when you say I think of like an Oceans towards like you got
like hit after hit after hit. I just don't.
Yeah.
It's why I wanted to ask whether or not it was an
That's
ensemble
why I say
cast.
looking back, I would consider it. Looking like at the time, you had Sheen and Cusack, but
well, you also had Lloyd. I mean, Back to the Future. Was
those three I would consider tops. But then the rest on a
yeah, I mean
team,
Rooker at the
they're middle
time
roads.
wasn't really. Nice.
Rooker wasn't anything until
You've never seen
The 90s. It was really the 90s.
really good.
When started coming around.
No, that was good.
No, that was a good one.
That was good.
All right. Well,
Good.
on to the movie discussion and how we're working it this week is we're actually sort of taking the theme of the show and sort of combining it together with the movies and Oscar news. So, chat, if you have anything you want us to talk about, movies or Oscar-wise, let us know, and we're going to talk about it. I want to get right into the Oscars. I mean, I think the big topic is Green Book winning Best Picture, but it's super divisive. The discussion point that I had was that I was one of the few people that thought that Shallow shouldn't have won Best Original Song.
Pinky out.
Let me finish.
That's
Let
insane.
me finish.
That's insane.
Whenever it did win, I was like, I have to figure out why Shallow won. So I've been listening to it every day, at least twice for the last week, and I figured out why.
Question before you
Answer.
even answer: Have you seen the movie?
I have not seen the movie.
Then you
but
have no basis.
But I have
No
now.
basis.
But I have. But let me finish.
Just saying.
I am now in an understanding as to why it got best original song. Lady Gaga single-handedly got that Oscar. Her performance in it is absolutely incredible. And
I'm sorry. The problem is I have with people when they say that shouldn't have won. If you haven't fully seen the movie, or if you don't like the movie, that's fine.
Yeah.
But listening to the song just in your car or just tuning in,
it's not the
thing.
same.
Watching the movie, that song takes on a whole new life and literally wrecks you. The first time I watched it, I was like, okay, that end got me. The second time I watched it, it literally wrecked me because I think what we don't realize of like how those two characters. I don't think it should ever have been considered Best Picture. I think it's a great film. Like I think it should have got a nom. I just don't think it should ever won. But that song, I think why it won is not because it is because Lady Gaga and stuff that could have a hand in it. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, I think she gave like 110% in her performance, and it really shows. Because
that live performance from her and Bradley Cooper was fantastic.
I go back to the studio version. I listened to live performance, and I was like, I'd rather listen to the studio one. But my thing is that like I listened to it and I broke it down, and I was like, the vocal performance is really good. It's written beautifully. I wish it was longer. I wish there was another verse because I find it ends sort of abruptly because it's literally just verse, chorus, like a weird bridge instrumental, and then back to the chorus. The actual like composition of the song, it's nothing too complicated. It's essentially like an Eric Clapton-esque thing, just dialed up a little bit higher. I would have loved to have seen. I think this will be a good song to cover in the future, and I would love to see like a Kid Rock, Sheryl Crow-esque because I think they could do really well with this kind of song.
My question is, if you didn't think that it should have won, what do you think should have?
All the Stars.
No.
Oh,
No.
okay.
That's gonna be a fucking yikes for me, dog.
Yeah, that's gonna be yikes for me. I mean,
All right, so yeah.
But like, that's my biggest takeaway from the Oscars is I feel like the Oscars did something that they came out with a plan and then kind of backtracked on it, so they're not doing popular film, but then they gave a lot of the awards to Black Panther.
I think the awards that Black Panther won were definitely deserving. Production design for sure.
Favorite?
I think score.
Congratulations that you did CGI. My thing is that's talent and all, but I'm saying the favorite production design is insane. Second, score. Watch if Beale Street could talk because that score is better than what Ludwig did.
I'm sorry, but
Ludwig did a better job in Creed 2 than he did in Black Panther. I would say.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at Black Panther CGI, the favorite's every single fucking costume drama. That's the production design of the favorite. You see it every single year, every single movie. That's why Star Trek lost to Suicide Squad because at least they're giving
with the production design. The problem is that you just threw it up on the. Yes, it takes skill.
CGI also involves production design. It's not building stuff. CGI. There's been articles I've read articles where the production designers talk about how it works with CGI. It's a balance of both. The Black Panther they created a whole new world.
Did way more with what they had. They didn't get nominated.
It was just space.
Oh, I'm sorry. Space doesn't count. They did it. Wakanda did it better.
Malcolm has very patiently had his hand raised, so we'll let him have his turn.
Third grade, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm one of the ones that I do agree with Black Panther winning both costume and production design. Well, yes, I do. Like I did actually have the favorite winning production design, but I don't have a problem with Black Panther winning it either. Score. That should not have won because it, like, when you think back to Black Panther, do you think more about the songs that are played in the interlude, or you think back to the score? Because for me, the first thing that comes to my mind when I think of Black Panther is the songs that are played, like All the Stars in the Screen. I really can barely remember the score.
I think the Wakanda theme when they arrive in Wakanda is epic, the score that plays, but they do the exact same score in Infinity and add more to it. So I'm just confused with this entire notion that Black Panther was better than Infinity War. It's mind-blowing to me. I just don't get it. And then they don't win visual effects, which whatever. If you want to give it to the first man, that's your fault. But at the end of the day,
I let out an I was watching I was watching these like whenever I was on break at work, they had on visual effects for the nominations or whatever, and I saw them. I'm like, please God, not First Man. Then they said First Man. I was like, I yelled out "fuck" and then went downstairs.
I think the big problem that I have, and what I wanted to say, that they didn't do the popular film, but they kind of did at the exact same time, because Black Panther is put up there, and that's fine. It is nominated for Best Picture. It had no acting nominations, no directing nominations, no other things besides the technical awards at the back end, and you're just giving it to it because you want people to tune in to watch it win. But I can't sit in there in a good conscience or watching that says Black Panther, yes, a good story and a good origin, and did so much for the culture. But my problem is it does not lay up to the one that they laid down the groundwork for 10 years beforehand. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Return of the King didn't get any acting nominations.
Say something.
Again, that's my whole viewpoint. It doesn't make sense how you can give it a Best Picture nom if you don't even give it any credit on the acting performances.
Yeah, I mean, I do see where you're coming from, Cody. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see next year, though, because I do have a feeling it might get a Return of the King situation in which Endgame gets nominated for closing sort of out Infinity War.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
not just Infinity War, closing out 10 years.
I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it right now. Regardless of how glorious Endgame is, it doesn't get nominated for Best Picture.
Return of the King, for the example. That's a huge ensemble cast that you can't really find out main leads anything because they share a ton of time and then there's a lot of battle. Chadwick Boseman did not get nominated for his role as Black Panther that everybody finds so insane. That's my problem with the film. I don't find it not a bad film. I just don't. I'm confused. I'm really confused.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if we're doing, but we're talking visual effects here, and visual effects don't have to be. It doesn't have to be a superhero movie for it to be good. For it to be good effects. I mean, I'm going to sound like a broken record here, but the best visual effect movie last year was Ready Player One. The entire thing was visual effects. It was all visual effects, and it was done where you actually believe the characters are actually sitting there. First Man winning it was an absolute travesty. The only other movie that should have been a 2-horse race, and it should have been between Infinity War, because it was the better superhero movie that was released last year and more visually awesome, than almost any other movie, and Ready Player One. Those are the only things that should have been included.
Ready Player One, not only I think the thing was Ready Player One's visual effects were not only great, but they were also visually, they looked different than anything else. Like
a lot of them. That's the reason why Bohemian Rhapsody got best editing. There's a lot of it, so it's good. Here you go.
What I was saying, Jim, if I can just finish my thought here, is he literally just came in to say that and left again. The visual effects in Ready Player One, not only was there a lot of them, but they also visually looked different than anything. Infinity War they tried to make it look realistic, but I personally like the stylized visual effects of Ready Player One. That Spielberg and his team weren't going to try and look realistic. They were trying to create a whole different world. That's why I thought Ready Player One should have been given the Oscar for visual effects.
Well, you might know this. I'm not sure because I'm not an Oscar person or anybody on the panel. Did Gravity win for best visual effects?
Yes.
When it
Yeah.
That boggles my mind right there. So another open space movie. You're sitting back going, oh yay, look at all the dark blackness, and oh there's nothing. Oh wow, oh we see the earth. Oh wow. You know what? 2001: A Space Odyssey had more visual effects than both of those movies, and I don't understand why they got. It's just annoying to me. It's one of the reasons why I hate the Oscars.
So on a positive note and sort of a pleasant surprise, I think Jim will be able to conclude this quite well. I was quite surprised to see Olivia Colman get best actress. I was like,
really
good.
Surprised. I was quite happy after Henry fucking ruined it in the Skype call. But yes, I was super mega happy that Olivia Colman won. because everyone was like, "Oh, it's just Glenn Close is gonna win Lifetime Achievement Award," and then Olivia Colman wins, and I was like, "They gave the favorite an Oscar." And
It's very interesting.
I don't care about anything else.
It's very interesting with that nom because I am also me and Jim and Lucas are huge the favorite fans. Like that was one of my favorite movies of last year.
That's so good.
I think it's funny that she won, and I don't have a problem with her winning whatsoever because by far she gave the best speech of the night, hands down. Like 100%. She did not care, and she did not know where she was, and I loved every minute of it. But the problem is, I think she's outshined in that movie by Rachel Weisz. Stone, and they don't get it, but she ends up winning it, which is fantastic for me because I think Glenn was going to win for a Lifetime Achievement, and I think the second one was Gaga, and I'm kind of with Sam Levine on the thing. He actually said something about Jennifer Hudson winning one time. You gave her an award for singing. Congratulations. That's what she does, but that's not 100% acting. I think she did a great job, but I don't think it was like Oscar worthy. Olivia Colman winning is just. We and Coho watched it live together, and when it popped up, like my face was in stunned shock for her entire speech. I'm like, she actually won. The only win that the Oscars gave the favorite, which is another conversation for another day. I'm so happy that she actually took it home because she definitely deserved it.
What was I going to say? Cam or the cool guy brings up a really interesting point, which I kind of want to hear you guys' thoughts on. So he says, have you considered the fact that the Academy members not being fans of the MCU hurt Infinity War because you need to both know and be attached to it and really appreciate it, while Black Panther is a standalone movie. I think critically acclaimed brought this up really well in their review of Infinity War. It's like you need as a newcomer, you can't jump right into Infinity War. Like you almost you need to see Inky Dinky Doink before you see Infinity War.
Into Infinity War, as long as you vaguely know that Robert Downey Jr. plays Iron Man, as long as you vaguely are aware of the characters who plays who, then you're fine.
I don't think it hurt Infinity War's chances because it's one of those ones when you look at the categories, like it was nominated for, Infinity War was good, but it was compared, it's a really tough race anyway for it to get in there because all the acclaim was on Black Panther, and I think that's probably what Disney was pushing more than Infinity War because it's more about what the studios decide that they want to push as well. Because quite often, if you've got a lot of movies in your hands, the studio go well, we're going to push Bohemian Rhapsody about this other movie, which people might say is better. We will push, but not as hard. But but it's one of those things when you're judging based on visual effects. So it's I don't think that hurt Infinity War's chances. Because well, yes, I did think Infinity War and Ready Player One were better visually, but I also think that sometimes if the visual effects are understated as well, like they were in First Man and Gravity,
and in Interstellar also won Best Visual Effects.
Yeah. So when they're understated visual effects, sometimes they can resonate with people more. I know I'm butchering that discussion, but I know Manning probably had a good reason on Gone with the Wind recently. So yeah,
we don't talk about Gone with the Wind. A couple of us are banned from Gone with the Wind.
You got banned from that show, God, bro.
Well, they have a cap. They have a cap of movies that you need to see, and I haven't met that cap, so I'm on I'm on their blackmail list. Abe, you have your hand raised.
Okay, so you guys are looking for a reason why Infinity War didn't win. I read this honest Oscar poll. It's called for Gold Derby, and one of those people that was interviewed anonymously said, "I will never vote for something with Avengers in the title." If you think, do you think he's the only person that thinks about that in Hollywood?
Probably not.
But that's the whole problem with it. The Oscars, and here's the hot take, and you guys can fight me all you want on it. I don't care. The Oscars, you can buy yourself an Oscar. You can't buy yourself a SAG. You can't buy yourself a SAG award. So that's why I watch the SAGs and I don't watch the Oscars.
This is my thing about the Oscars that I want to say. I know this is probably taking the conversation a completely separate way, but the thing with the Oscars is, yes, Oscars have been bought before. We know it, but the thing about the Oscars that at least I've seen in the last couple of years is the hate for the Oscars, I think, comes from a place where, like, the way people hold the Oscars, I don't know, it's weird to I always go back to there's a great episode of Jon Favreau's old IFC show, Dinner for Five. He had Ben Affleck on, they were talking about the Oscars, and he said, people tend to think of the Oscars as like the answer key. Like, oh, I thought this was the best movie. Oh, I guess I was wrong. It's subjective. It's no different than, Manning put out the Take 3, award pool. It's no different than all of us who nominate stuff and then voted for stuff. That's exactly what the Academy does. It's no different. And those people can have, I bet you there's people who didn't vote for stuff in the Take 3 awards because, there's people who maybe they didn't vote for Mission Impossible Fallout for Best Stunt Awards because they just hate Tom Cruise or something like that. I'm sure that happened. There's biases all the time, and that's sadly something you can't avoid. That's just that's why in the last couple of years, I kind of have I take the Oscars and the stuff I vote for. Like it's fun when I see something that I like win, and when something I don't like doesn't win, it's like, okay, it's a subjective opinion, and I kind of just watch the show just for fun, not really as like this is definitely the right movie that won here. Cody, you have a fault.
Oh yeah, no, you're fine on that. I just think any award show, anything can be bought. I mean, it just matters who puts out the cat. It's just
it's
true.
Just make a
one Best Picture, guys.
Make a blanket comment like that. I apologize for it. It's just for me when it's like the Hart Trophy versus the Art Ross. The Hart is voted by the players. Oh no, the Ted Lindsay Award is voted by the players as the most valuable player, and the Hart Trophy is voted by the writers. And
I understand the reference.
I actually like it better when peers vote for other peers because then they truthfully do it. When other people outside of the game, it's like I hate the sports writers for baseball. The sports writers choose everything when it comes to awards and who gets into where and who gets to this. And they may have never ever played a freaking game of baseball in their life. People that don't act voting makes me mad. It just makes me mad.
Sometimes peers can be stupid.
That's why they select the nomination. Those peers select the nominations, and I think they have a sense.
One, they get accepted into it, blah blah blah. So it's Mr. That. I think if Disney wanted an Oscar and they could pay for one, I bet they would have because they have more money than anybody. But here's my other viewpoint. I don't know where Brooklyn's going to go fully, but I'm one that wants to say that thank gosh we didn't have a host for the Oscars. Because it wasn't a freaking long ass drawn out. Oh, we're gonna bring these other people from this other theater and invite them into the Oscars and drop candy from the ceiling and take giant selfies and all this stupid crap.
I agree.
That I don't care about.
I agree.
It was on the right tracks. It went all the way through. We went a little over on time, not 45 hours.
It was about the movies. It was about the movies. It wasn't about Jimmy Kimmel making his jokes or Ellen taking a fucking selfie. It was about the movies. That's what the Oscars was created to do, was to celebrate movies and the artists that make them. And that's why I honestly think, I hope next year they don't have a host again. Because I like the fact that it's like, we had the opening kind of monologue with Tina Fey and Amy Poehler and Maya Rudolph, and that was a great way to start. But then we just got into it. We had Keegan-Michael Key came down as Mary Poppins. That was great. We had some jokes throughout, but it wasn't the I need to remind you that I exist here, and then when Best Picture wins, I need to remind you that I'm still the host of the Oscars. It was just about the movies, and I love that.
All right,
I'm just going to make a real quick suggestion on that note. I think that we should get Shia LaBeouf as the next host, and he should host the whole thing with that bag on his head that says "I'm not famous."
No, I'm turning him off. Terrible
that was.
Okay, Malcolm, you go, and then I'll get my 2 cents because I do have 2 cents.
I'm actually on the opposite. I'm actually on the opposite end of the scale as Matt and Cody. I would have rather had a host, because it just seemed strange. Like without a host, it did just seem strange to me. And because I mean, like the transitions didn't work all that well. I mean, well, yes, there was some entertaining moments throughout, but I actually like when they have the entertaining like opening monologues and even the close bits. It really felt it at the end when it just ended up like Julia saying
Julia Roberts making
goodnight.
that weird speech about her kids and shit. That was just weird.
I was fine with the transitions of the announcer lady, like, John Mulaney and Aquafina are coming up in a few minutes.
I think if you have like charismatic enough charismatic, like announcers with charisma, like they can carry like a 1 minute presentation. I thought James McAvoy and Denai Guerrera were great. Melissa McCarthy and the guy I cannot seem to remember
that
his
was
name.
so funny.
Yeah. So that's the thing is like I think they brought the show up, and I don't think a host is needed. Like if you have comedians presenting, because I mean this is a bad name, but don't you guys remember Louis C.K. presenting best documentary short? It was probably the funniest moment of that night.
This thing is going home in a Honda Civic, okay, guys?
I mean, yeah. I mean, there was quite a few times throughout, like, I was thinking, like, is this them doing, putting a bunch of random pairings together and, like, each panel that each set of presenters auditioning to be the hosts next year? Because it just, like, some of them just seemed like they were trying a little bit too much to be entertaining. That was like, I mean, I always like Amy, Tina, and Maya. I've always loved, and I really would love to see them host. Like, I mean, and let's put it this way: even if we do have a host next year, like I don't think we don't necessarily mean that they will be sort of throughout the show. They may cut down on those bits anyway to keep it under the time because. And I mean, the other thing is, I think had they not got Crean to perform, they probably would have got someone like a comedian or someone in to do some kind of opening monologue. I think the Crean performing was the opening monologue kind of thing, and Amy and Tina and that just came out to present the award and make some jokes. So
next year will be Elton John.
I mean.
Will it be Taron Egerton actually sing?
I think, at least for me, as someone who's been watching the Oscars steadily every year since 2009, it was really nice to have it end before 12 o'clock. I was like, oh, it's only 11:40. This is freaking great. Oh my God. I finally got to like sit there and actually watch, because usually what happens every year is I'm up, and then the minute they announce Best Picture, I'm like, all right, I'm going to bed. This year I didn't. I got to kind of sit around and see Julia Roberts.
So here's my here's my thing. I'm sort of torn because I missed it, but then I was like, it flows a little bit better. I don't think you need to. I don't think you need to have the host come out to like be like, oh, here's this person presenting this.
You're exactly right. You are exactly right.
But I missed the opening monologue aspect of it, and I think how it closed wasn't super.
Well, the ending, I'm not sure how you could fix, but you could have not a host, but you could have a comedian come out and do, or someone come out and do an opening monologue.
But that's what my point was.
Yeah.
That was what my point was. That was what this Oscars showed, is that everybody else comes out, and when everybody is, bringing out an award, they all do a little monologue and a joke thing now anyway. So why do you need a host to do those jokes when they're all doing it anyway? They all got some little shtick that they come out and do with and say something about each other, and that happens all the time. So why do you need somebody else to make more jokes?
Because laughter is the best kind of medicine, Sandy.
Laughter is the best kind of medicine. I did enjoy the bits. I thought a lot of people were sort of giving John Mulaney shit for his bit. I thought it was kind of funny.
Treasure.
If anybody could give me a great explanation why Tom Morello was presenting at the Oscars, I fucking loved it, but I can't figure out why he was there.
He was killing.
Who is that?
Tom Morello, lead guitarist of Rage Against the Machine, Audio Slave, considered like one of.
I mean,
you know what we can cut down on? the flipping people that walked up every flipping middle show and said,
Right.
"This best picture, they did this and this and this and that." If you are tuning into it, you should know at least what
Fucking know.
might be nominated, or you should at least Googled it beforehand. Just show a montage of those clips, like at the beginning. Don't come out and tell me.
Yeah, we don't
Half
need
the
Barbara
people
Streisand making jokes about her
half
and
the
Spike
people
Lee's
that
hat.
Half the people that walked out didn't even probably watch the movie. They just read it off the prompter. Shut up. Let's move along.
I will say that I agree with Cody. So I'll let you go right after that, Malcolm. Cody, you're absolutely right. But that was to Brooklyn's point. That is exactly why somebody like Billy Crystal is so missed, because he would come out, do his opening song, introduce all of the nominated pictures for Best Picture in his song, and then it would be over with, and you wouldn't have to roll out somebody go, "This is Green Book," and watch it all over again. So.
I think that's important because you're celebrating those Best Picture nominees, and you're giving 20 minutes of the show to Best Original Song, which is probably one of the lowest, one of the worst awards.
Okay, before I go to Malcolm, I need you to do. I think what we need to do is we need to teach you your inner Cody. We need you to like hop in whenever the time is right, because Cody's really good at it. Sometimes he
I'm a polite gentleman.
Well, thank you.
Why you can't
and I like
to
to let people finish their talk. But every year they've always had people come out and talk about the best picture and throughout the show. That's something. This year, the problem with this year was a lot of people had no connection with the show. Like, you had Serena Williams, a tennis player, presenting A Star Is Born. Barbara
Streisand. She was in A Star Is Born.
Barbara Streisand should have done Star Is Born. That's one thing. Like, because you had the right figure doing, like having Mike Myers and Dana Carvey come out to Bohemian Rhapsody. But like a lot of the people who came out to present, like Cody said, they just didn't seem to care about the movie enough to talk about it. So, I mean, you had Queen Latifah coming out to doing The Favourite because she's a queen, apparently. It's just like
so sort of getting back to the Tom Morello thing. The more I think about Tom Morello presenting Vice, it makes more sense, because Rage Against the Machine was very critiquing of the political system, and you think about like whenever they were really hitting their stride was during the Bush era. So unless there's anything else you guys want to talk about, we can move on to
what about Green Book?
Oh yeah, I guess we should talk about Green Book winning Best Picture. That definitely wasn't a controversial thing or whatever.
I saw
making cough.
The people that are comparing it to Flippin' Crash, shut up. My gosh, it is not that bad of a film. It is fine. It is a good film. It may have not hit with everybody, and it might be the opposite driving Miss Daisy. But guess what? Different films have won before that people didn't see coming. It doesn't. I didn't like La La Land. La La Land was Best Picture for 2 minutes. Like, guess what? People get over that stuff.
Same, Cody.
I just don't get the huge out. Like,
yeah,
I agree, Cody.
I feel like it's okay because
it was a perfectly fine movie.
Roma.
Roma.
How the Oscars work, pretty much. Sometimes it gets lopsided, but most of the times they split things up to different things. So, like for me, on my ballot, I put Cold War as winning Best Foreign Film because I thought they were going to give Roma Best Picture. That's how my entire mindset went. They wouldn't give double. So they gave it Best Foreign Film. They did not give it Best Picture. They had to give something else winning Best Picture. That's just my mentality going into it. If you gave the Oscars maybe who they really wanted to give Best Picture to, and I know Jim's going to lose it could have been Bohemian Rhapsody. Do I agree? Absolutely not. But could you imagine the onslaught if Bohemian Rhapsody won Best Picture? It would be the biggest travesty of Oscars. Because
No,
ultimately,
because everyone's blinded because I like Queen
Yeah.
music, and this has a lot of it.
So I get that. Like, but I'm saying like A Star Is Born, Vice. I think I was the favorite one, but at the end of the day, Green Book. I watched Green Book. I really enjoyed Green Book. I don't feel like it's like because Vigo said the N word, and Mahershala literally backed him up on it, and apparently it's this travesty movie that is so bad because Vigo said it, and it's driving Miss Daisy like opposite roles reversed.
This is where I come from. One, I really liked Green Book. It was one of my favorite movies of 2018. But I always bring up that people were like, oh, this is Crash. Oh, this is the Oscars just being stupid again. Listen, the Oscars voted for the movie they thought was the best movie in 2018. Doesn't mean it has to be your favorite. Also, doesn't mean that in 10 years we're going to be thinking of this. I will go back to the 1981 ceremonies. Raging Bull was nominated. Lost to I don't know what movie. Then in 1990, they got a bunch of film critics like Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel, and they had them make a list of the top 10 movies of the 1980s. Guess what number one was? Raging Bull. Things change. The Oscars is not supposed to judge what they think the best movie of 2018 will be in 2028. They voted and they thought that Green Book was the best movie. In the same way that they thought Crash was the best movie of 2005. And it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter what the hell the Oscars thinks. Why should it matter? If you hate Green Book, that's great. But why do you have to go on Twitter and be like,
we live in a day
fuck
and age
the Oscars? You have nothing else to do.
About something.
You have nothing else to do except fuck Green Book and fuck the Oscars. Like, you clearly have access to the internet. Pornhub exists. Go have a good time. Like, get the fuck over yourself.
That gives a big fucking
get the fuck over yourself. I'm sorry. Just like
now we know what porn page my
is. Well, I mean, it'll be the other thing is too is like when it comes in the award season, the momentum that a film does get, it helps too because it keeps every time it wins, people will probably go back and rewatch it and pick things out. Because like the wins, like Green Book has had a few wins, and like the Golden Globes wins, even though yes, the Golden Globes like are that great, but the wins that Green Book and Bohemian Rhapsody got at the Globes, like people would think, I might go check those out again. Maybe I'm missing something, and so yeah, like, and the cool guy says in the chat, like, the preferential ballot is kind of their thing. As he said, like Roma probably had lots of 1s and 8s, while Green Book's probably had lots of 2s and 3s in the preferential ballot. So
I honestly think it was like. I said it in Gone with the Wind yesterday, which is up right now if you want to watch it, that if it was any other movie that was maybe a little more complex as Green Book, we wouldn't be surprised because Green Book literally, it won everything that it showed. It won PGA, it won many indicators that people call, it won the Toronto
Film Festival.
The People's Choice. It won literally everything. And we don't see it as, I don't know what the average was. I didn't want it to win Best Picture because I was hoping for something different. I really like the movie. It was my top 16 of the year. It's totally enjoyable. I fall asleep watching it the second time. I don't know what this says about it. But it's just that my thing was like, okay, let's do, and I read in an article where they were listening to a conversation post-Oscar, like, we were expecting something different. Like, you nominate Black Panther, and Manning said it too. You nominate Roma. You nominate films that break out of that conventional Oscar bait because Black Panther wasn't, like, before it was released, it wasn't an Oscar bait film. Roma wasn't. The Favorite maybe, sure, it has prestigious actors, but it's still it's a weird film to give Best Picture to, and I think it's just wanting something to change and like reflect actually like what people really love, because Roma, like, literally, like, I love Roma, I love Star Is Born, but like Roma, you see it and it's just different, it breaks out of the mold. Like, it's just like, I don't know, like a Lord of the Rings win. It's like we're opening the field to like to other markets of the world. Like, it's hard for a foreign film to get Best Picture. Cuarón, one director, I think, well, I don't think it was the first one, but foreign's, no, Roberto Benigni. But that's the thing, it's just wanting something different, and Green Book is probably like the worst choice for people that wanted that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's
think
one of
that-
those.
Go ahead, Malcolm.
I mean, it's one of those ones like this year's sort of shown like we don't need the popular film category at all because like if you look at the movies nominated Best Picture, there's a few of them that would have also counted for popular like as much as people may hate to say it, Bo Rap was a kind of a popular film. Black Panther was a popular film, but and I mean,
The popular film category is stupid. It shouldn't be even a thing. It shouldn't even be brought up. It's so completely dumb that I don't even think about it. Because if you're gonna sit back and say that, oh hey, look, we nominated a popular film in Black Panther, then you're not actually looking at the movies because it wasn't the most popular film that they could have nominated last year. So that's just stupid. It's just stupid and it shouldn't be there. But I really, really want to say this. Good on the Mexican directors. Guillermo del Toro last year winning Best Director and Alfonso Cuarón this year winning it. Absolutely fantastic. You know, that's and Roma is dope, by the way.
Jumping off of
go see it. It's good.
Jumping off of Guillermo del Toro, I think he had the best quote of the night, which was, "No matter what happens tonight, the movies don't change." I thought that was fantastic because I think too many times we just go, "Oh well, Green Book," and it's like Green Book didn't change. Okay, what else? It still is the same movie. Whatever you thought about it before, maybe this might get you to go back and rewatch it, or maybe it might get you to burn every Blu-ray you can find of it. Like, but at the end of the day, the movies are still the same movies. Black Panther is still the same movie. Your thoughts on it before the Oscars, if it doesn't matter. The movies are still the same. And if at the Oscars, that was such a wonderful thing to say. It was definitely my favorite quote of the night, and I hope that I was hoping people would listen to that, but obviously film Twitter proved me wrong several times that night.
Yes. And I mean, just to switch from the whole Green Book thing, some of the things I did love about the Oscars was I really loved Spike Lee's reaction after he won his Oscar, just running up and giving Samuel Jackson a hug. And the other thing that I did find that I did notice quite a lot is there was a few notable omissions in the in memoriam segment this year because Vern Troyer was not shown in the segment. Ali Emery was not in the in memoriam segment. I believe there was a few others that weren't shown, but those were probably the two noticeable omissions from there.
My wife made that exact same comment, Malcolm, that she would because I had just gotten home and they were the in memoriam was just ending, and she's like, "Wow, they only listed 4 actors that you would have even recognized. Didn't more die this year?" And I'm like, I think you're right, but what? And yeah, it was very. I mean, very some notable omissions in that one. You're right. So whether or not they were just trying to save time, I think if you're trying to save time, you don't do it in the in memoriam section. But I
didn't really notice that because when Stan Lee came up, I was too busy bawling my eyes out again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think that every year there's always a few names missing from the in memoriam segment. I think a lot of people have made that comment because I think there's a few names missing last year. But I mean, it's one of those ones there are some names which you made well, yes, it's sad that they died, but there's names that unless you really watch the credits, you wouldn't know who they are if you met them on the street. But to leave out notable names like Vern Troyer and Ali Emery, which you would know from watching the movies and are recognizable enough, then that's different. That's kind of different.
All right, so I'm trying to have a bit of a schedule here. So I think that might be a good.
Can I ask you a final question?
Yes.
What do you think about Green Book?
I
don't think he's seen it.
I haven't seen any of it. I no, sorry, correction. I've seen one of the Best Picture nominees, and that was Black Panther. To the surprise of absolutely nobody. So we're gonna this last little half hour here. We're gonna play a new game. If anybody ever watched one of the greatest game shows ever, $100,000 Pyramid, it's essentially that, but with movies. So I've already have you guys paired up. It is going to be Team Rhyme and Reason, Sandy and Matt versus Team Multiplex, Cody and Jim versus Team Gone at the Wins, Abe and Malcolm. So I have 6 different sets of movies here. It's going to be whatever team gets the most points out of those. Abe, because you are the farthest person on my right, you guys are or on my left. You guys are going to go first. You get to pick pick a number between 1 through 6.
7.
Who's my teammate?
Me and
Cody.
you.
3.
3?
Yeah,
Okay.
3.
Sorry here. All right. Cody, because you're the next person on my left, pick a number 1 through 6. That is a 3.
5.
5. And then Matt, pick another
2.
number.
Exactly
He
right.
picked, he picked out all these movies, so this is gonna be fun.
This is gonna be.
I had to check the tire pressure in my car out real quick, so that's why I ran out there.
Oh yikes! That's
It went flat earlier. I think it was from the cold or some shit.
How cold is it, Jim?
I'm leaking.
How cold is it?
30.
Okay, so now over to Malcolm. I want you to pick a number. I want you to pick either 1, 4, or 6.
Well, me and Abe are going to be number 1, so I'm going to put number 1.
Okay.
Ooh,
That's probably not true.
Jim, I want you to pick either 4 or 6.
I'm gonna for my buddy Cody in Boston. I'm gonna pick the number 6 for the number of rings that Tom Brady has their kid.
Yeah, boy.
Which leaves Sandy and Matt, like, for some reason they can't talk, with number 4. So
Which is what I was going to pick anyway.
all right, perfect. So we will do Rhyme and Reason first. Who would like to give out the hints?
All right.
First.
Do you want me to give you the hints, Matt, or do
No,
you
it's
want to
whatever you want, Sandy. All
Well,
right.
you guys are we're gonna interchange at halftime, so it's a matter of
Okay, I'll go
who's going
first then. I'll give the hints first.
Okay, so you are
I assume you'll just DM me the movie.
okay.
Dick.
So the overall theme of this game show is Razzie nominated movies.
Okay.
So these are all Razzie nominated films.
Is this for everybody's or the category? Number?
This is for everybody.
Oh,
All these categories are Razzie nominated.
okay.
So I am going to send the list here to Mr. Kearns. You're going to have 30 seconds to give out. You have 30 seconds to get as many points as you can. Most that you can get is 5. There are 3 rules. You can't say anything. You can't say any word that is associated with the title.
Yeah, no
You cannot-
actors.
You can't give actors or whatnot.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I
Are
am
quotes
just going to.
allowed?
Are quotes? Yes, quotes are allowed.
Okay. Although it's Razzie nominated, so
You can name years and stuff, right? What it could be come out. and stuff like
You
that?
could, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
we cannot say Dawson, Matt Gentleman, right?
Oh my god, not this.
No, you cannot.
Just confirm that.
I don't like you, Abe.
Thank you. I don't like you either.
Good.
Oh,
I don't know who
God.
invited you to this channel.
Come on, come on,
I'm
come
so
on.
I
wondering.
don't know either.
Was that
This-
that guy named Chris Clark?
I know
I
I
like you.
invite Sandy.
Oh yeah.
This computer.
I
is
I actually
slow.
like Sandy.
Thank
I'm
you, Abe.
leaving. I'm leaving.
Computer says no.
Come on, you.
I feel like if I leave Take 3, you'll just add me back to the chat because apparently you can't say leave.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
come on.
Look,
Ah!
Regardless of how we all feel.
just
What?
a 50
Who?
caliber
What?
cannon
What?
over the
What
over
the
the.
fuck are you talking about?
I have no idea why Cody's taking a shot at me right now. No idea.
Make explosions happen.
Just taking an unnecessary shot at somebody who loves him very much. It's just
That
Sorry,
that
Sandy.
was
Sorry,
that
Sandy.
was
If
that
you
was
could
a
just-
punch right in the penis.
Yep.
Sandy, if you could just
I
care
have
about
opinions.
what's priority on the channel, we would appreciate that. Ta-da! Okay, I'm done.
All right, cool. Matt, did you get the
Okay.
list that I just sent you?
Yes, I did.
You have 30 seconds whenever you start talking.
Okay. DCEU.
Batman versus Superman.
Correct. Okay. It's a young heartthrob, and it's an actor who he's well established. He's been in a lot of great movies before. The young guy, he's like a pretty boy. He's
Robert
well,
Pattinson.
no. It's title of the
5,
movie.
4.
Twilight.
2.
No. It's you gotta remember it's a
Time.
well established actor. I'm
Damn.
just trying to be dirty.
Oh,
Grandpa.
you got 30 seconds for the 6 movies?
Yeah.
They're supposed to go more of the speed of what they did for Batman versus Superman than that second one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you do have the option of like passing.
You didn't tell us.
Oh, you didn't tell us that.
Okay.
You know now.
That's
You know
great.
now.
All right. Glad
Is he
all the other
supposed to
teams
say
know
it, or
that.
are we ever going back?
I do that because I've seen Pyramid.
Hey, Brooklyn.
What?
Are we going? He actually said the movie. So are we going back to Matt at all, or is he done for his time?
He's done for his thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay,
Mine's done.
just checking. I was just making sure because I
Yeah,
don't
we're
want
not. So we're not going back to his list. All right.
Yeah.
So then now we're gonna go to Team Multiplex. Who's gonna go? Who's gonna give out first?
I'll do it.
You want me to?
I'll do it first.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
I will give you your list here. Perfect. Do.
Do do do.
No actor or director don't cost us anything.
Denim.
Yeah, it was so hard to
Denim,
not
denim,
say Robert De Niro and Zac Efron. I was like, well established actor.
He's established. I would.
Can
say
you name? I'm
he's one of the best of all
I'm
time.
asking way too many questions, but can you name other movies? Like if we would have say, Derry Raging Bull guy, or well, not Derry,
Raging
but
Bull
like,
guy and the dude from High School Musical. They're in
Could
the
you
Yeah.
say that? Could you say that stuff?
I mean, yeah. That's not.
again fitting. Okay, to quote one of my favorite movies, Wayne Singer, things that could have been brought to my attention yesterday.
like Jay LaMotta,
Okay.
Jules, and instead of Samuel Jackson, you say Jules.
Jim, did you get the list that I sent you?
You can you say character names?
I don't think that's
Yes.
really.
As long as they're not in the title.
As long as you're not in the title.
Well, just on IMDb the movies.
And as long as they're not in the title. Anyways, you have 30 seconds.
Whenever
Time
I start
begins
talking, right?
whenever you're talking. Yeah.
Okay, you ready, Cody? Cody? Oh, I couldn't see your thumb. Okay, ready? Christian Grey.
50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah. Reed Richards, Sue Storm, the shittiest version.
Fantastic Four.
Yes. Video game movie, really terrible.
Assassin's Creed.
No. I'll pass. I'll pass again. Ooh, fuck. Go back to the video game one. Pac-Man.
Creed, Pixels.
Yeah. Shitty movie about it has a planet in the title. Oh, okay.
Time. So they got 3. Pretty good.
You said, well, the name is not in the title, and Grey is the fucking.
Christian Grey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to challenge that.
That's
Shit.
sounds
You
good.
say character names, and it's Christian Grey. It's 50
Well,
Shades.
Grey
you
is
say
in
it
the
in the
title.
title.
But Grey's in the title is
It's just
as
a
well.
Grey's in the
Yeah.
title.
50 Shades. That's why I didn't think of Christian
well,
Grey.
Grey differs to Christian Grey and Grey for out of Grey. It has 2 meanings in the title.
Brooklyn literally sent me just 50 Shades. So
That's technical. That's on your fault. That's your
that's on Brooklyn. That's Brooklyn's mess up.
That's
not mine.
100% Brooklyn fault. You didn't finish the title. It's not against him. You have to give him all. You did not give him. You gave him the rope to hang himself. So
Well,
So
we-
one of the 50 Shades movie was released in 2016.
I know, but you said 50 Shades. You did not put the full title out there. So he is reading it, going to say the character.
So if the movie was Doctor Strangelove, do I have to give you the full title of
Yes.
Doctor Strangelove or how
Yes.
I learned to stop?
Yes. If you don't, then you say bomb. There's a problem. It's a key
Yeah.
point of it. You
because,
can, you can replace it. You can replace the movie if you'd like, but I don't think you can weigh on it because literally you just gave him that chunk, and
We're
that's my
learning.
viewpoint.
We're learning, but
There has to be a conscious thing of like.
It
Anyways.
doesn't matter a conscious thing.
the
You
three of
did
them
not-
were nominated.
For fuck's sakes. You guys
Because the
stink.
chance free is okay.
It could be
You-
freed. It could be anything. Sorry.
You guys
Damn
stink.
it.
You guys
Damn
stink.
it.
You guys
Damn
stink.
it.
Okay, you stink a lot.
Your
You
mother.
stink. You a skunk farted right on your anus, and then the anus farted
Learn
out.
to type. Learn to type.
You're very anal. Like,
All right, let's double check the rest of these lists so that I don't have fucking. Make sure they have the full goddamn title of these
Hey
fucking
Jim,
movies.
what was the other one that you passed?
There's two that you passed.
Ascending and Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
Oh,
right.
You could have said Segway and Fat Dude. I would have got that.
So now on to Gone with the Wind. Who's going to be giving out hints first?
You can
I don't know.
give the hints first, Dave.
Okay, I'll give.
Throw you under the bus. Yeah.
Look at that.
All right.
All right, now remember, Abe, you've got all the right movie names, and you know that you can pass at any point. So you've got all the rules straight now. No names of the movies in the titles.
This is a trial. Well, not a trial.
It's the first time that we're doing playing this.
Exactly.
Let's not forget the first time we played 6 Years of Kevin Bacon. It didn't work out so perfectly as it does now. Let's give Brooklyn the benefit of the doubt.
Even though we still
I'm
try to
trying to
play
create new
shenanigans when we say 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. So let's be
It's
real.
true.
Every
Yeah,
time we start, Christopher Lloyd
So
is
waiting
back
for the
to
movies.
Oh,
Waiting for the movies.
Right here.
Back to the Future.
Brooklyn. He's so right. He's that every time we play 6 degrees, we always did that. So great.
It's one or the other.
So
All right.
true.
What are you doing?
Abe,
Six
did you
degrees
get?
of Kevin Bacon?
Abe, did you get the list that I sent you?
Yes.
All right. Time begins whenever you start talking.
Okay. Malcolm, you ready?
Wait. I
Whoa,
gotta get the time.
whoa.
I actually calm your tits here.
They're calm.
They ain't going anywhere. No.
When I says whoa, I mean whoa. Stupid dromedary. That's a Yosemite Sam joke for any Looney Tunes
By
fans.
the way, after stream, I have a story to tell you guys. In Chicago, I have an emergency plan in place just in case something happens. I will tell you it. but I
Okay.
can't say it on-
All right, Abe. Time begins whenever you're talking.
Okay, Malcolm, you ready?
Now I'm so nervous.
I'm sorry. Can I name movies? Right. Just
You can name movies, but you cannot name character names that are also
Okay,
in
okay,
the title,
okay.
unless for some reason I done fucked up and
okay.
did not give you the 100% full title.
If you put
Because
power
people are
and you
dummies.
say Rangers, you're out. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Just get it. Okay. 1, 2. Protagonist of Saturday Night Fever, Crime Lord.
Gotti?
Yeah. Bridesmaid, Fat, Puppets.
Happy Time Murderers.
Okay. Detective, The Basketball Diaries, Step Brothers, Cast. Detective,
Holmes and Watson.
yes. Archer,
2,
Old.
1, time. They tied. So they're tied to
Puppets.
multiplex with 3.
Jim, what the hell?
What?
You failed us. Could have got 4.
Right.
I don't know. Malcolm's cut out. Malcolm, did you get Robin Hood?
I didn't say Robin Hood in time.
I
Okay.
do not hear Robin Hood. Anyways, so now we go back over to Rhyme and Reason. Sandy is going to be giving hints this time.
You can skip. You can also say
I was
character.
gonna say now we have the whole rules.
Oh my Jesus, Mary! and
Give,
Joseph.
give them 40 seconds just to.
No. Absolutely not.
We get an extra point.
They have a connected brain, so they might be able to do really well at this.
You guys are gonna, you're gonna
It's
find
in
out.
DCU, he's a Batman vs Superman, like nothing, not even Suicide Squad.
All right, Sandy, let me know if you got the list.
Yep.
Time begins whenever you start talking, and you currently have 1 point. The other teams have 3. So the more points you get, the better.
Okay.
Wow. Thanks.
Do I
Thanks for
don't
the
have
pep talk, Coach.
I don't have to go in order, right?
You don't have to.
Okay. One of your favorite movies this year, also Oscar nominated.
Green Book.
Another Oscar-nominated actor played a former former person in the
Vice.
White House. Transformer, Yellow.
Bumblebee.
Lots of the same exact person in a cartoon that won an Oscar.
2, 1.
New York.
Time.
That was
Whip.
my first.
Time.
Bullshit on Vice.
Spider-Man in the
He
Spider-Verse.
didn't finish. He didn't finish the
Bullshit. He
word.
said he was
did-
a former
He
Vice.
didn't finish the. He didn't finish the word. I
Okay,
did not
sorry,
hear it.
but Vice President and Vice is not the same thing.
It's a video game movie. Pin. Never mind. He said half the word.
Whatever you
So-
say, Christian Grey.
Uh-huh.
He
Not
said
in the
he
title,
put
give
50
it.
Shades
There's
on here.
50 Shades Freed. There's 50 Shades Darker. Back off us.
Suck.
So I was going to say that Sandy and Kearns actually picked the diamond in the rough. These were all Razzie redeemers of this year. So these were the good movies that were in this list.
When you said that it was Razzies and then you said Oscar, and I was just like,
Yeah, I was confused as to what was happening.
That last one
Bumblebee-
was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
And then the one
that's
that
a
you
douche move on your part. You screwed Rhyme or Reason twice. You gave them the redeeming movies. I would have never thought about good movies at that time.
The cartoon thing threw me off for
I mean,
Spider-Man.
Bumble. I'm
Rivalries,
pretty
and
sure
you got
Bumble.
screwed.
Yeah.
I mean, they were Razzie nominated. They were Razzie redeemers.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Can I get my list?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Sandy, good work.
Cody. Jesus. Cody's aggressive. I'm not sure if I
If
like
I
aggressive
ever
Cody.
get to PEI, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Please, right here.
With a
Just
loaf of
just
bread, which is a
just right
freaking loaf
just
of
right
bread.
here. Right
Just
here. You can
freaking
just
French
like
bread,
right there.
beating the crap out of
Just right there. Okay.
Cody
Actually,
has
I'm gonna
been
take
shot
that
out of
thing
cannon
off.
all
Oh,
day.
sorry. Here, I have an abbreviation. I have to I have to give the full fucking title because you
You do.
fucking donkeys.
I mean, you wrote Fan Four Stick in here, and we accepted Fantastic Four. I mean,
I mostly did that because I believe that any of those movies, any of the three, could have been nominated.
Actually, I'm just gonna go to your house, Brooklyn, and pull you out and lock you outside, and let you have to deal with
Can
the
we continue
frozen
the game?
temperatures.
Cody
Oh,
has
we
been
are
shot
continuing the game here.
No,
Cody,
this is a fun game, actually. Can we just get that?
Cody has what the Mean Girls call verbal diarrhea. Okay, Cody, do you have your list?
Yes. Can I start anywhere, or do I have to start at the top?
You can start anywhere.
give me just a second.
That's what she said. You have 30 seconds.
Whenever I start talking,
Don't fuck up. Yeah, give me a second. I gotta do something real fast. It'll take 2 seconds.
Pull up his computer, get the answers.
Where the fuck did this just go? Oh, I'm on artists. Never mind. Download. I forgot to download the A Star Is Born soundtrack with Amazon Music. Okay, I'm good now.
Story checks out. Based off his glasses, we've actually looked at he was on iTunes. So, all right, 30 seconds. Time begins. After knocking, you are technically currently down by 1.
Okay. Leonardo Donatello.
TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay. Dinosaurs and robots. 3 hours. Fucking long.
Don't know. Pass it.
Okay. Christian movie about rapture that get taken away.
Pass that one too. Fuck.
Okay. Strong man from Greek mythology.
Hercules.
5.
The other title for that.
Legend.
2,
Hercules Legend
1.
of the
Time.
Okay.
The Legend of Hercules.
Got to.
What was the
didn't-
Rapture one?
Left Behind. What are you saying? I didn't
I
get 2?
don't know if we can accept the title that he gave before time
The
went down.
Legend of Hercules? He said
said
Did you
it.
guys? Did anybody else hear? Did
I heard-
anybody else hear the Legend of Hercules?
Even though it would make us tied, Jim did say it before you said time.
All right, so that does technically give them the lead.
You gave me 2 Christian Puff pieces, you jerk.
These were the Rising nominated films for Worst Picture in 2015. Do not
I
blame
got
me. Blame
Saving
the year.
Christmas and Left Behind.
Saving Christmas.
And Age of Extinction, Transformers.
I got
Dinosaurs and
I got
Robots.
that one. As soon
Oh,
as
yeah, I
you said
got that
3
one.
hours, and I was like,
That's
I
what
got
I didn't
dinosaurs
watch.
and
I didn't watch I checked out at the last Shia LaBeouf, and I was like, I'm not watching this shit anymore.
that was the one right before that one.
All right, so now we are on. I giving a list to Malcolm. You guys are currently down by. You're down by 2. You need 2 to tie. You need 3 to win. I'm sending the list to Malcolm as we speak.
Let's lose.
Although it took a couple rounds to figure out the exact rules, I thought we did pretty good.
I like it. I
No,
like the
it was
game.
a fun
I like
game. I think next time we'll play, it'll be better.
Yep, I like the game too.
Somebody else could say that next time because actually I want to play this one.
No.
No?
Fuck yourself.
Actually, we won't tell you all the rules until the very end.
Oh yeah.
And we'll give you abbreviated titles and expect you not to say what's not in the abbreviation.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to play, I've got an idea for maybe not permanent, but I've actually got an idea for a game next week we can do at the end.
Sandy, they don't respect their elders anymore, do they? You know, they don't.
Get shredded.
I'm older than you dirty bitch.
But they don't know that.
Most people do. Because you look at that baby face. You look 18.
I really just thought you were talking about me.
It's
They
called
call it-
it's called shaving, Tony. Humans do it.
Do they? Sandy's got a pretty sweet beard.
Yeah, he cleans his beard. He trims his beard. I believe Malcolm does as well.
I
remember
let
Malcolm when he
raccoons
did
run
that.
through my beard to make it manly. You dirty bastard. You probably smell like
So
freaking
about that
trout
last round
and
of
maple
pass.
syrup.
All right, Malcolm, did you get the list that I sent you?
I did get it.
You have 30 seconds. You need 2 to tie, 3 to win. What the fuck did I just miss?
I said you smell like trout and freaking. I said I let raccoons run through my beard. It makes me feel manly, and you probably you smell like trout and maple syrup.
Joke's on you. Trout maple syrup, but actually really tasty.
Oh god.
Oh shit.
All right, I'm mute.
God.
What did we just do?
All right, Malcolm, you need 2 to tie, 3 to win. 30 seconds. Time begins whenever you start talking.
It was the Death of the Dark Universe.
The Mummy.
It's the second in a trilogy that was already mentioned in the previous round.
50 Shades Darker.
That's the tie.
One of the it's about things you find in your phone when you're sending messages.
Pass it.
5.
Oh,
It's
the
based
Emoji
on
Movie. The Emoji Movie.
Yeah.
That's correct, and it's in time.
I didn't hear a countdown. You said 5. Nothing else. It's past 5 seconds. You cheat. Bitch.
No, he said the Emoji Movie on the 2-second mark.
What horseshit is this? Giving them sequels? What?
I literally gave. Okay, here I'll screen share here because you monkeys.
I mean, for the
I gotta
record,
go.
loser, dude. You got a good
I
loser.
have something to do. This was the last thing of late night, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you can find me all over the place. Brooklyn, you're still a bitch. And Sandy, you're nice, and everybody else I actually enjoy.
Bye.
Okay. So that's the.
That was weird.
Okay.
I think he's got a match to do.
So he doesn't have much to do.
I think so.
I'm with Cody. You can find me. I gotta brush my teeth and go to bed because I gotta be up at 5:30. So yeah, that was fun. Yeah. So
Hold on, Jim. Don't go anywhere yet. Somebody do whatever you need to do and screen capture this shot because I want this to be I want Jim's hair to be. He looks like Brooklyn. You're gonna get this. Tell me I'm not lying.
He looks like Wink Yahoo.
He
He looks like fucking Wink Yahoo.
Ricky from the Trailer Park Boys. Look at
He does look like Ricky from the Trailer Park Boys.
boss, man.
I'll pretend I understood that reference.
That's
Well, I'm gonna be with you for the trailer park, boys, and go to bed now. So that was fun, Brooklyn. I'll see you guys next time.
All right. Well, yeah.
Keep dropping like flies.
They're just dropping like flies. So this is the end of Late Night Take 3. If you're at the end of this, what the hell are you doing?
Right.
Yeah.
You got 6 people watching.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
People.
Okay. So that's gonna wrap things up. Abe, where can people find you?
Um, you can find me on Take 3 Productions hosting Ranking Movie Sunday night, except this week it's going to be on Monday directly after Jukebox Trivia. Here's a match between David Jimenez and Danny Cost. You can find me on Full Metal and Multiplex, and I'm helping co-write TV Throwdown on Multiplex now. So, and also you can also find me on Trinity Box of Stardust at Melkor.
Matthew, plugs, go quick now.
You can find me on Twitter at Kearns_Matthew and YouTube at Matt Movies 611. And right here, I fucking know what to sign for hosting Second Look oh fuck it, I can't even keep up with this. You guys as always can find me as host of Second Look, which airs a Monday in the month. It's usually the first Monday, but fuck it, I can't deliver that. This month, it's February, it always fucks with me. This month, the episode was on Batman Forever. It was a great episode. Please go watch and support it. Next month is going to be the first time I cover TV. I'm covering Exodus, which is the Smallville Season 2 finale. You can also find me, as always, co-hosting Rhyme and Reason with Sandy the Sandman Robinson. New episode will be going up this week. What is it? Got no fucking idea. Me and Sandy will find out right after we get off of this. And you can also find me all the time right here on Late Night and on the Summit when Abe decides to post it.
Sandy, where can the good people of the world find you?
I don't know what is happening, but I hate this. I absolutely hate it.
So it's not Gucci?
No, it's not Gucci. It's not Slow Talk Day. It's regular talk day. My name is Sandy the Sandman Robinson. As part of Take 3, you guys can see me here almost every single Thursday, where I get abused all the time on here, but I love it because it makes me so happy. And hosting, like Matt said, Rhyme and Reason. We will have another episode up, but whatever it's going to be, we don't know, but we're going to find something cool to talk about because we always do. And you guys can find me all over Full Metal Trivia, Singles, Classic, Random, Teams, Geek, all over the place, and Movie Battlegrounds. Plus, you can see me, find me on Facebook and Twitter and Letterboxd at srobinson1799. Thank you so much. I love you guys.
All right, and last but definitely not least, I'm the Black Lantern Brooklyn Vale. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at the real VK10. I'm not the word. You can also find me right here at Take 3 Productions, running not one but two shows. Jukebox give me a very busy podcast countdown. Be sure to check out the episodes that drop every Monday at 9 p.m. Standard Time. Also on later Take 3 Topical Pop Culture Podcast, where we discuss the latest and greatest in movies, TV, Oscars, and shenanigans. Be sure to check out the episode that's dropping next week, which is going to be about something. Also, Multiplex Entertainment. I am running Nerdgasm with that son of a bitch, Cody Newberry, that drops matches every Saturday. Be sure to check out probably 2 matches that are dropping. The end of round 1, Richard versus Buddy What's His Name, and then a beautiful Malcolm Gaudier takes on Rob Brecker in our first match of round 2. Also on Full Metal Trivia, where next week, Full Metal Random, I am taking on Linus Babcock and Nico Saviergoli in the match I've been asking for almost a year. It's finally happening. Full Metal Random Family Guy match. I'm going to destroy you, Linus, and Nico. Let's get your shit together because I got my shit already here.
Really ugly.
So for Abe, Malcolm, Matt, and Sandy, I'm the Black Lantern Brooklyn Vale. Cheers, guys. And as always, in honor of Cody, drive on safe, but drive safe.